So if we start, and I take the cue from our session chair, Senator Wambua, then you have started a race with 2027 in mind. And if I present to you the social media or the digital battleground, if you would, I would suggest to you that at this very moment, every single one of you senators have what I would call a Google CV. If I search for your first name and your last name, I will find this Google CV, and I'll not be the only one. For many of the electorate, some 15, 17 million now, as I'll share some statistics, and potentially in 2027, some 20 plus million strong, they will increasingly receive their news through their phones. In fact, many of you throughout this morning, even now, you might be on a device as you listen to me, because that's the power of technology in shaping the information we get. So I would say search what people find about you. Your Google CV, this digital reputation, is somewhat of a battleground. It's a place that you can cultivate and shape how people, the media, the voters who elected you, or the party that has nominated you, and whatever constituency that you advocate for, you can shape their perception. And the media will be core in the coverage of you, because that will be part of what's there. And so will the bloggers too, or people who write in an unsolicited way without necessarily inviting your comment or your point of view. Social media is another battleground, if we could say. And here there is a lot that I'll say and I'll share with you shortly. And in addition to this, there is also messaging apps. These are WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger. These are key spaces where people are engaging one-to-one or in groups. Also a key constituency that you must consider. And lastly, YouTube, and to a greater extent, online audio, or online, you might call them podcasts, or those who stream the radio through the internet and not necessarily through the FM. That is another aspect to consider. So, honorable senators, I'm here to persuade you just 3 points, which I will unpack. The first is, I want to say that the 3 habits of the highly effective social media senator. The first is, they build a virtual constituency. They build a virtual constituency. Secondly, they build a voice on causes they care about, causes their constituents care about, causes citizens care about. That's the second thing, the second habit they do. And thirdly, they build a vehicle for their agenda, their legislative agenda, their development agenda, and obviously there's the constitutional mandate of senators. And I would plead with you that this is my take on what the future, not just the present, says on the role of the Senate and each one of you as senators. And not just in your individual capacity, but in your office with whomever is handling communications for you and working alongside you. So if we look to just the platforms I spoke of earlier, you see places like TikTok there, right? You see places like Facebook and places like that. And I'll spend some time just briefly discussing platforms, just to share with you a bit of this virtual constituency we've just described. So if you take the country today, Facebook in Kenya is larger than the population of the following counties put together: Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Kakamega, Bungoma, Meru, Kilifi, and Machakos. All put together, that is the size of Facebook. Some 16 million strong in Kenya. These are the monthly active users, according to Facebook in April of this year, 2022. And to me, if I'm asking you to consider how best to engage there, you may have